This weekend, my wife and I were fished out. What do I mean by that? Well, today is the last of a 10-day cleanse diet recommended by our doctors. And so we were eating a lot of fish. That's just the way the cleanse worked. And by the time we got to Friday, we were my wife is a great cook. She does a super job cooking. But even with her creativity, we were just saying, I'm not sure I can eat another piece of fish again. So we went by my daughter's house. She was going to the Costco with us. And we just said, hey, by the way, we're just kind of fed up with fish. Any ideas on ways to prepare it? And her husband, they're both these foodies. And they're going, why don't you try ceviche? I've got a friend of mine that makes ceviche all the time at home. And I'm going, that sounds like a good idea. So I Googled it. Making ceviche is actually a lot easier than I thought. Went out to Costco, bought the fish, some lemons, and plenty of vegetables and stuff. And that evening, we had a great ceviche dinner. It was so good that the next morning I was having it for breakfast. So you might be thinking, well, why, George, are you talking about ceviche on a blog that's about membership sites, online marketing, things like that? Well, it's because I don't know how many times I have people coming to me that had decided to do a membership site on their own. So they took the do-it-yourself route. Oh, hey, Alex, I see you're on. Aaron, Amit, Paul, hey, thank you for joining me. I don't know how many times I've run into people that took the do-it-yourself route on a membership site, and what I'm looking at, like they couldn't get it done, and what I'm looking at is something that just needs to be salvaged, something that takes just a lot of work to redo from scratch sometimes, when if they had come to me from the very beginning, they would have saved themselves a lot of time. Oh, hey, Allison. And so here's the challenge I want to make out. Let's call it the ceviche challenge. What are the things on your to-do list that you really should be delegating to someone else? Now, it's going to be different for different people because different ones of us have different expertise. Now, marketing for me is something I do, so I don't outsource my marketing. That'd be kind of dumb. But what about my accounting? What about, some legal stuff, contract writing, things that aren't in our expertise? And there's two things that you miss out on when you don't delegate things that you do. The first one is it wastes your time. I mean, there's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so many things you can do. You really ought to be doing the things that are optimal for your skill sets, for your capabilities, right? The other thing is you compromise the results that you're hoping to get. Someone, for example, is trying to build a membership site and they're doing it themselves. Well, just the basic layout of the site, which is something that we have standard, is something they'll completely miss out on. You don't know what you don't know. And as a result, you make decisions that are shorting yourself. It's kind of like I'm going to come up and do my taxes, and I'm going to swear that I'm going to get like huge savings because I'm such an expert at tax law, as opposed to going to someone who does tax every day. They have the expertise. They do it day in and day out. They're going to be the ones that are going to give me advice that's going to save me money on taxes. So, a lot of us sometimes short ourselves because we're short on cash. Cash flow is just not where it needs to be. But we really ought to think, can we afford not to be delegating? So I'll leave you guys with that. Comment down at the bottom here and let me know what you think.